Over the last 5 years, I've built and sold websites to local businesses all over the world, most of which were built on no-code platforms. And recently, it's become a whole lot easier with the help of AI. This has honestly changed my life. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I've learned throughout that whole time. And I'll even reveal the method I use in my company to get clients consistently, which I haven't seen anyone else doing. My hope is that you can start your own web design agency and, more importantly, make some money online using this method so you can change your own life for the better. So to make this a little bit easier to understand, I've split this into 4 different sections. I'll be going through the foundations, the building blocks you need to get yourself up and running. Then we're going to talk about understanding your customer, how to pick a niche, what businesses to target, and how to reach out to them. Then the actual tangible steps that you need to take to get customers through the door. And then, of course, how to actually build and deliver the websites, grow your skills, and grow from being a freelancer to a full-blown business. And before I begin, I've created a PDF with all of these steps. It will be linked in the description below, so make sure you check it out at the end of the video. Okay, so the first thing you need is to brand yourself. You're going to need a name and a logo. If you're going to be targeting local businesses, they want to do business with another company. It's a lot easier for you to approach a local business and say, I work for Implementary Design Agency, we deliver websites, this is what I can do for you, as opposed to, hi, my name's Trevor, I do websites in my spare time, can I make something for you? Having a brand is going to give you a level of professionalism that's going to set you apart from the rest of the crowd. On top of that, if you're planning to grow, then you're going to have to do this anyway. So you might as well do it now, do it at the start, establish the brand, and get your business's reputation growing straight from the start. Now, I'm sure most of you already have a name in mind, but if you don't, our trusted friend ChatGPT can easily help you do that. If you enter a simple prompt just like this, I'll leave a few examples in the PDF, then it will generate a few names for you. What you then need to do is go to your favorite domain provider. I personally use Hostinger because I actually host a lot of websites on there, and I believe you get a domain free if you're a new user, you sign up for 12 months or longer. But they also generally have good deals on domains anyway. So you want to use this to make sure that your domain is free. If it is, go ahead and buy it. Or if you're using something like Hostinger, then wait till you're about to build your own website and you'll get your domain for free. Okay, once our name is done, I'll go to one of 2 websites, either colormind.io or coolers.co. These are 2 websites that help you pick color schemes that match well together. You can either pick from a selection of color schemes they already have, or you can generate some for yourself. I'll leave them both linked in the description below. Okay, then take a little bit of time going through the colors. Make sure you pick a color scheme that matches well with what you want your brand to represent, to look like, the look, the feel. Because remember, this is not only going to go in your logo, your text, the website, it's going to be consistent. So make sure you use a color scheme that works well with all of these things. And then to create the logo, I normally use Midjourney, which is a text to image generation tool. Or if you're using Hostinger, they also have an AI logo generation tool. But using either one, you then want to generate your logo using a prompt, something like this. Let AI do its thing, generate some logos for you, and then pick the one that you like. Once you have your logo, you then want to save it and take it to Photopea or Photoshop if you have that. And what you then want to do is get the background deleted. If you don't know how to do this, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube that will show you how to do it. It's very simple. Once you have your logo with no background, save it, and we're ready to go. Okay, so your branding is ready. You're going to need a few operational tools to go along with this. First thing, you're going to need a custom email. Perception matters, especially when you're starting out. Having an email address like info@implementary.co as opposed to implementaryagency@gmail.com makes a massive difference. It's a small details, but it adds a layer of trust. When you're reaching out to a business and they know that you have a custom domain, it comes across like you're a professional, like you've been working in the industry or in the company for a while. So you want to head back to your favorite domain provider and then purchase a custom email from them. Like I said, I use Hostinger, so the email inbox actually comes free with my hosting plan. But whatever domain provider you use should give you the ability to buy a custom email directly from them. The next thing you're going to need is a Stripe account. Stripe is a payment processing platform. It's basically an easy way for you to get money from your clients to your account. If you've ever worked with small businesses, you know one thing, they do not pay on time. You don't want to be wasting your time chasing up for payments all the time. Using something like Stripe allows you to set up automated payments every month, every year, or whatever, that you can automatically get from the customer themselves. You're also going to need a Calendly account. And Calendly is a booking system for all your meetings. So when you're ready to meet your potential clients, this is the place that they go, see what your schedule is like, they book in a meeting and then meet up with you. Pretty simple. The next thing you're going to need is sign up to an email marketing platform, whether that's MailChimp or Bravo. These are the kind of platforms that are going to help you send multiple outreach emails to your potential clients. So I normally use Bravo for this. I think this is pretty good. You can set up an automation to send a first email and then a follow-up maybe 3 days later, and another one another 3 or 4 days later. And this is much easier when you collect a bunch of emails, and you can adjust this outreach to be sent to multiple companies at once instead of you manually doing it one business by one business by one business. So you can sign up to those platforms. I'll leave the links in the description as well, and then you move on to the next step. And of course, if you're going to be selling websites, you're going to need a website of your own. Now, some people think this needs to be amazing, outrageous, the best website ever. I share a different feeling. I believe, especially when you're starting out, the website needs to be simple, clean, and effective. Most clients are going to come to you through whatever email or outreach you send out to them. So yes, you do need a website, but I don't want you guys spending weeks and weeks building websites that are going to entice this person and that person to show how amazing you are. It doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles. It needs to be simple, clean, straight to the point. A homepage, describe what services you do, maybe 1 or 2 sites in your portfolio, and then a way to contact you, and that is it. I think this process should take you no longer than a day or 2. If you look at my company's current website, it's very simple, very basic, straight to the point, and I've made thousands using this. When I started out, it was even simpler than this. So it doesn't need to be amazing. It just needs to be effective. Now, in terms of how you're actually going to make your website, there's a bunch of different website builders you can use. WordPress, Framer, Card. It all depends on your level of web design and what you're comfortable with using already. But if you are starting out, I recommend using the Hostinger AI website builder. It's by far the easiest to get yourself up and running, and it gives you a full website structure, means layout, images, text, everything in about 60 seconds for you to work from. And then you can amend it to make it look exactly how you want it to. As a matter of fact, let's jump into a screen share. I'll show you how you can quickly do this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is head over to hostinger.com/Trevor Foya. Okay, and once you've loaded this up, you're going to want to go to the Business Website Builder. This is the one I recommend because if you can see down here, this has all of the AI tools available that you're going to need to use, not only for your own websites, for your clients' websites too. As you can see here, you actually get 50 websites. And this is a key because later on in the video, when I show you how to do our outreach, this is going to be very useful for your outreach strategy, and you'll see what I mean then. So you want to click Choose Plan, and then when you get to the cart, at the coupon code here, you want to enter Trevor Foya, press apply, and you'll see you'll get an extra, when it loads, you'll get an extra 10% off what they already give you. As you can see here, they already give you 2 months free with a 48-month plan and an extra 10% off that. I always recommend getting the 48-month plan. As you can see, if I drop down to one of the shorter plans, I don't get those 2 months free. So I'd stick with the 48-month plan. The longer you get, the more money you're going to save in the long run. It's a no-brainer for me. Click continue, get your hosting plan, and then we're going to log in. So once you log in, you want to click add website and then use the Hostinger website builder. Yours might look a little bit different when you're starting out. And then this screen is where we're going to decide what we want the AI to build for us as our company website. So I'm going to create a prompt, something like this. Let's call this Implementary Design Agency. And then I have a prompt ready. Let me just grab it. Okay, I've pasted my prompt in. I leave a prompt template for you guys to use in the PDF as well. So let's go ahead and press create website and let AI do its thing. So as you can see, the AI has created a clean, simple website for me. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted. It's not perfect, obviously, but it is a really, really good place to start off from. If you're not happy with this, you can press create again. But for me, I'm okay with this. I can adjust the color scheme if I want. Maybe if I want more brownie tones or purples or whatever, just to match the what color scheme that you guys picked earlier on. But let's go with this one here. Press continue. Okay, so from here you can start adjusting it and making it exactly how you want it to look. Obviously AI is not perfect, but it gives you a really good structure to work from initially. So as you can see, we have a good banner, a creative little section here that kind of shows some proven results, list our services, some reviews, and then some contact information and email entry right at the bottom there. So for example, this image in the background here clashes with the text that's in front of it, and that's something that AI might not really recognize very well, but it's something that you can adjust yourself. So I would do something like edit this section, replace the image with let's go to free images, something like maybe this one here. You can see that contrasts a little bit better with the white that's on the text. And it's pretty easy to drag and drop things around on the AI website builder. So let's say you wanted to move this image. As you can see, like it's relatively easy to move it and stick it to wherever you want. If you wanted this text somewhere else, pretty easy thing to do. Another useful feature is the AI tools here. So for example, let's go to the AI section generator. I think they have a good example here where if as a design studio, we might want a section that, let's say the services section didn't exist. You might want a section to generate services there. So If we just copy and paste this, use that as an example, and press create selection, you see AI now can create just part of the website that you might be stuck on creating, and you can see that's actually quite a pretty good section to come up with. I might maybe adjust the image again, something pretty simple and easy to do. Add that to the page, and then you can you can freely move things around and make them how you want to. If you want to change the background to match whatever color scheme you use, or just to give your website that little bit of oomph. But as you can see, it's a good base to work from, and then you can then use this, tailor it to exactly how you want your site to look, and then you can move on to the next step. And also, if you remember, I mentioned the AI logo maker, which is something that you might want to use if you didn't use Midjourney earlier. Let's give you an example. Let's say clean, minimal logo for a website design agency. Pretty simple. We can pick here if we want it to be corporate, geometric. Let's go minimalistic or modern. Let's go modern. And then if I press create, here the results, they're clean, minimal, modern, just like you said. I didn't put any colors in the prompt or anything like that, but I'm okay with black and white. I actually like maybe this second one here or this third one. So I'd pick one of those, download it, and then you do the steps that I told you previously. Okay, so now you've finished making your website, you know, your branding, your foundations are there in place. You're ready to start reaching out to customers. But before that, you need to understand who to actually reach out to. Now, the number one mistake that beginners make is trying to do everything at once. What do I mean by that? Think of business like learning to run. You first learn how to roll, and then crawl, and then stand, and then walk, and then you can run. It's a step-by-step process. And trying to do everything at once, meaning reaching out to every single type of customer, is all going to lead you to one place. You're going to be burnt out and not understanding why you can't get customers while everyone else is getting them. So the number one thing I recommend when you're starting out is finding a niche that you're going to target first. And what is the perfect niche for you? Well, that depends on what you know, what contacts you may have, and what is available in either your local area or the local areas that you're targeting. The reason I say this is because you'll find that making a website for maybe a cafe is very different to making it for a builder, and it's very different to making it for a church. One may need a menu and a booking system, one may need a portfolio, the other one may need a donation system. And these are things that you're going to learn, but don't need to learn all at once. And once you pick a certain niche, you quickly get to learn what kind of language they respond to, whether they prefer you to be a bit more professional or a bit more casual, what kind of systems and templates you can put in place to repeat and target that specific niche. And then, of course, what you do in your outreach, you know exactly how to reach out to that kind of person or that kind of business. A couple of things to think about. Do you have any previous experience in a niche? So if you've worked in a bubble tea shop before, then maybe you know what kind of aesthetic their customers like. Is it more bright, bubbly, kid-friendly, or is it a bit more professional? You would know. Do you have any connections in certain industries that might make it a bit easier for you to get your first 1 or 2 clients? And then, of course, it's about understanding the customer themselves. Are they high ticket or low ticket? For example, something like a lawyer firm or a dentist may be willing to pay a bit more for their websites, but they're going to expect a higher standard. On the other hand, maybe like a local cafe, a local tradesman, a personal trainer might pay less for it, but their standards are going to be lower for a website as well. So that's something that you need to think about and you need to pick. But once you pick a niche, we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, the next step is actually getting the customer. This is what I call my secret sauce, how I've been getting customers for the whole 5 years, and it's now been made a lot easier with AI. Let me show you exactly what I mean. We work with a process that I like to call the incentive-based outreach strategy. What this means is when we're sending out our outreach emails or DMs, we're going to give a customer a reason to work with us straight up. We're going to give them value right in front of their face that they feel like, oh, this person's already done some work. Let me give them a chance to showcase what it is they've done to me. And how we do that is when we're writing our outreach email, we're going to say to the customer, I've already made a website for you, or I've already remodeled your website. Please reply to me if you want me to showcase that to you. Let me show you an example of an email we would send, why it's good, and then I'll show you what I mean when I say we've already made the website or remodeled the website for you. Here's an example email. Number 1, you don't want the subject line to be boring. You want it to be intriguing. You want it to be something that's going to get the customer to open the email in the first place. This is either going to be the first line of your DM if it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., or this is going to be the subject line for your email. I've rebuilt your website. Want to see it? Before they've opened the email, you've already said to them, I've already put in work. All you have to do is the easy part and let me show it to you. You then say, hi, name. I won't waste your time. I've actually remade your website and would love to show you what I've done. Why? Well, I saw a few things on your current site that I believe are stopping you from getting more customers. Would you like me to show you a quick preview? Just hit reply and I'll be more than happy to do that. FYI, this probably won't be the last time I reach out to you, so if you'd rather I didn't, just let me know and I'll stop bugging you. Best, Trevor, a marketing manager, implementary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, a few things in this. It's short. It's not taking too much of their time. They're going to read this. It's going to take 30, 40 seconds of their day. People are busy. They haven't got time to read long emails about what services you provide and what platforms you build on and how quick you can make their website. You want to give them a reason to jump on a call straight away and get the point across in as little time as possible. You can see I add a couple of emojis into this to make it seem like they're not necessarily speaking to a business or being pitched to, but they're actually coming across and speaking to a friend or someone who's a lot more casual, which is an easy icebreaker between you and the company that you're reaching out to. And then right at the end, I let them know this probably won't be the last time I reach out to you. So if you'd rather I didn't, then just let me know. This gives them and you both an opportunity to know whether the customer is actually interested in this or not. We are going to be hitting the potential client up 2 or 3 times with this outreach. So it's best to give them the opportunity to say no right now, and then they can just say no, they go away, you know that lead is not involved, they're not interested, you can move on to the next person. So what we do is we plug this email and then a follow-up, 1 or 2 email follow-up into your mailing system, whether that's MailChimp or Brevo, etc. The first email is going to go, and then 3 or 4 days later, we're going to send the second email, and then another 3 or 4 days later, we might send the third one. You actually find that leads generally don't reply to the first email, but the second or third one work a bit more effectively. It shows that you actually want them as a customer, but secondly, they might just be busy. People are busy running whatever business they are. They see your email the first time, they might think of it, and then, they've got stuff to do. Forget, and then your second email is a nice reminder to say, oh, don't forget about me. I'm here to offer this service to you. If you're still interested, just hit me up with a reply. Okay, so you've sent your outreach email. You've then got a reply from your potential customer, and then they've booked in a meeting with you for 2 days from now using your calendar link. This is then what you do. With whatever website builders you use, you are going to set up a couple of templates. So let's say you're targeting cafes. You're going to have a cafe template, a basic structure of what a cafe company is going to want. And what you do is then you just adjust the logo and name of this template to fit the customer that you're pitching to. And you're only going to do this template for the homepage. And the customer pays for the rest of the website to be complete. The clever part now is if you're using AI or you're using hosting an AI website builder, you don't even need to save the templates. You can use AI to create a fresh new website for you every single time, and that's what you're going to showcase in the meeting. Basically, the AI is going to take your prompt, take 60 seconds to create a website for this company, and you're going to spend 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour adjusting this and giving it a nice look and feel into what the customer's business might be like. Let me jump in here and show you an example. Okay, so we're back in our hosting website builder. We're going to create a new website. Hosting website builder, and this time we're going to adjust that prompt. I'll leave an example of a few prompts for how to do this again in that PDF, but here's what we're going to do for the cafe. Okay, I pasted in my prompt for this. Get hosting to do its thing again. Okay, so we've created this base template, which is pretty good. I like the colors, I like the tone of it. The design is not my favorite, so matter of fact, let me spend 10 minutes or so just tweaking this, and then I'll show you guys my finished product.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've been working on this for about 13, 14 minutes, and this is what I've come up with. I've literally just rejigged what the AI website builder built for me. I used the same color scheme and just basically create this pretty simple, pretty basic, but I mean, it's only about 15 minutes of work. So if you want to work on it for a little bit longer, you can, but this is what I've come up with. Just a big banner here. Let me preview this actually. A nice banner here which says Foya Cafe, a nice little tagline, and then an example of what some of the items in the menu are. I've used that AI image generator to generate these images of muffins. And then there's a checkout our latest Instagram post section here. For that, I literally went to just add section. You can see there's a bunch of pre-made sections here, Instagram feed, and then clicked on one of these, and you literally just pop it in. I changed the text, and that was it. And then all you would do is click on this, connect to the company's Instagram, and then all of the latest posts will be posted on there. And then to finish it up, I had a visit us section here, and then you can add their the location on Google here, a subscription to their newsletter. Nice and simple. Page done. It's taken me maybe for you 25-30 minutes to create this full front page, and you can say this for the cafe. Listen, I've done this. This is a basic structure of what I think the look and feel of your site will look like. I will adjust a few more things. I will add this. I'll add your menu items. I will connect your Instagram. I will add your location, maybe a contact us page. But basically what we've done is we've gone on the call. We've promised them that we've remade their website, and we've basically done that, or at least done part of that, and they will pay to actually have it go live for them. But that's essentially the way that I would go about doing this, and it works for my company. It has for years, and it's working even easier now that we're using this AI website builder. Okay, so that's one way to do it, and that works on email, but also works on LinkedIn, Instagram, but especially Facebook. One thing you find is a lot of local business owners are older, people who are older, and they're on Facebook quite a lot. If you find, let's say, someone who teaches martial arts, they will normally have a Facebook page, Facebook business page, but not a website. And these are very easy people to target. You offer them a website, a reasonable price, and these are easy clients to pick up, especially when you're starting out. And they'll be impressed with almost anything, to be honest, because they haven't got a web presence at all. A second way I've recently come across that's actually helped the business a lot is having people come to you, having a lot of inbound leads, a lot of people reaching out to me personally to say, can you and your company make websites for me? This is because I've started creating content around this. My YouTube channel now, you're watching, I talk about creating websites and running the business, but there's a level of trust that people then have in my skills and the fact that I've run a business for a while, that they approach me directly. But I think you guys can leverage this too. A lot of you guys out there have been doing web design for a long time. You just don't know how to make it into a business, and you might be better than me at the fundamentals of design, or you might know Framer or Weebly or Wix or hosting an AI website builder better than I do. And if you create one or two videos online just showing people how to do this, it's an easy way to get people coming in to you and asking you to create websites for them. Or I've seen some people who write blogs on places like Medium explaining to others how to add a ChatGPT bot to their website, or the fundamentals of web design, and they seem to get customers come to them directly through that. One really cool one that I saw recently on TikTok is a lady who literally breaks down good and bad website design on her TikTok page as a way of bringing in new clients, and I think this probably works for her really, really well. Let me show you an example of the video here.
Welcome to my new series where I will be reviewing businesses' websites and giving them useful feedback. First up, we have Hallie's Housekeeping, and I absolutely love Hallie and her team. They are awesome. So for their homepage, the first thing I noticed is how large the logo is. So my suggestion would be to scale it down and put it in either centered or in the left-hand corner, and then move your navigation up so it's next to that, and then the social media icons could go in the right corner. So that way you're not taking up like the most important real estate on your website. This is taking up quite a bit.
You see, she doesn't actually change the website or anything. She just literally goes through it, gives the person's website some tips to say, shorten this, use this kind of image here, maybe this kind of layout here and there. And this gives the viewers a level of trust. They know that you know what you're talking about and are more likely to actually reach out for you or your company to provide them with this website design service. As you get into the meeting, you've showcased the customers what you're going to do or what you plan to create for them. You then want to charge them. You want to close the deal. My number one tip with this is try to close the deal while the customer is on the call. Try to not let them go away and think about it, this and that, because people get in their head. They start thinking, oh, is it worth this? They'll reach out to that person and say, oh, do you think I should get a website? Blah, blah, blah. Try and close the deal while you're on the call there and then. And the payment structure that I personally recommend, especially if you're starting out, but even if you're established, is what we still use at Implementary. You charge a one-time fee at the start and you charge a maintenance fee going forward. And don't be greedy at this point. So let's say you're going to charge $500, and that's going to cover for the creation of the full website, for their domain, logo creation, all of that. And then you're going to charge them $30 a month to maintain and update the website as and when they need it. You'll notice that most customers don't actually need the website maintaining at all. They pay you the upfront fee and they'll pay you $30 a month, or maybe an annual fee that's a little bit cheaper than $30 a month. That's a good way of going about it as well, to keep you there, to have you there ready for when they do need to make changes to the website, or something goes wrong, or they need to add a second email, business is going well, they need to add some more pictures. Whatever it is that needs to go through the website should go through you and your team. You guys are in charge of maintaining it. We're not creating the website and then handing it over to them and then they go about their business. We're coming, we're creating the product, but we're also maintaining it for them. That's part of the service that we have. So that's what I would recommend you do. And you'll notice that this year you're going to start and get 1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients, or whatever. Next year, when you get back to the same month that you started in, you're going to have an annual lump sum of, I don't know, $200 come in on top of you getting 1 or 2 clients. And then now let's say you have 3 or 4 clients that are paying you the annual $200 of maintenance every single year. You're guaranteed $600, $800, $1,000 a month before you've even gotten new clients, before you even started making new websites. And this is how you slowly and gradually grow. You'll get to a point where you're making a few thousand a month without having to do anything, just from the maintenance payments alone. And then of course it's time to grow. You know, you'll learn how to use one website builder, you might learn how to use another. Because 98% of local businesses aren't going to need anything more than a homepage banner, an about us, a services portion, and a way to contact them. And this can be covered by something as simple as hosting an AI website builder, or something like Card or Wix. For those who need something a bit more complex, let's say a full login system, a course platform or something like that for a company, something like WordPress is more than good enough. Places like Hosting also offer that, but there's many other places where you can access that. A combination of those 2 platforms alone is going to be enough for you to cover 99% of local businesses, to be honest. You can even start picking up jobs on Upwork or Fiverr if you want to develop that skill without necessarily tarnishing your company's reputation. But at this point, it's all about maintenance and then scaling up. Have a system in place for when your customers want some changes. Let them know that you should contact me via WhatsApp or via email, and it might be 12 or 24 hours before someone in our team gets back to you, or whatever the process that you want to put in place is. And then in terms of scaling up, you slowly want to remove yourself from the business. You shouldn't be really getting into the design work once you're a couple of years in. The first thing I recommend is hiring a virtual assistant from somewhere like India or the Philippines to do your outreach for you. You give them the script, the platform login, that kind of thing, and they will reach out to the potential clients for you. All you do is then take the meetings and do the design work. And if that's going well, then you also realize you're probably too busy to do the design work as well. That takes a lot of time. So then that's the part that you outsource next. You hire a freelancer to do a couple of designs for you. If they're good, you can hire them on full time, depending on how quick you grow or how quick you want to grow. Ultimately, your aim is to get to a place where your virtual assistant is bringing in the clients for meetings, they're booked in. Your day is probably full of meetings, you're closing deals. Some people say yes, some people say no. The ones who are saying yes are being passed to your team of designers or 1 or 2 designers, whatever. They then create the websites in 7 days, 2 weeks, whatever. You then deliver that to the customer. You say, this is how it is. I hope you guys are happy with it. Any problems, you can get in touch through this platform, this avenue. And that's then how you start building the system. Slowly and surely, you start bringing in more customers, you get someone else to help you close the deals. And that's essentially how the business model works, and how you can grow from being just a freelancer to actually owning a web design agency that's growing and making you consistent money month after month. And that is essentially everything you need to start up and scale up your web design agency. Remember, there is a PDF link in the description below with all of these steps so you can work through it at your own pace. And once again, don't forget to check out the Hosting an AI website builder. Remember, you can get an extra 10% off if you go to hostinger.com/Trevor Foya and use code Trevor Foya at checkout. It's a really, really good deal for you guys. Check it out if you want to. I hope you found this valuable. Like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.